Happy Friday to you. It's April the 27th. This is Ruth Bomar, and this is my tips on our countdown to finals, spring 2018. Well, if you've been following my previous videos, today is the 10th installment. And my final tip for you as you prepare for finals is make a plan and work the plan. So here's how you can make a plan. You make a little spreadsheet, maybe Excel, or you can just do it by hand. I recommend you do it by hand. And on one side of your page, just write down the classes that you're going to take finals for. And then across the top, you're going to write these questions. The first question is, what will be on the final? And by what, I mean concepts. Actually write out the concepts. Like, for example, if you're taking a finance class, write things like valuing bonds, valuing stocks, financial analysis. Actually write down the concepts that will be covered in this final. The next question you're going to ask yourself for the same final, we're talking about the same, one final at a time, is where's the material? This is where you write down chapter numbers, or maybe PowerPoints, handouts, different authors. Could be different authors, different sources, wherever your professor has, whatever source your professor has given you to address these concepts. So where's the material at? Where is this information? Locate the physical information. You might need to reprint some things. Maybe you need to download some articles or download some PowerPoints and print them up. I recommend you print them up. The next question you want to ask yourself for the final is, remember we're talking about the same final right now, is how will you learn it? How will you study? How will you get the information off the page and into your head? So these are study strategies. It could be you're going to write it down on a whiteboard, you're going to write it down on a piece of paper, you're going to recite it to someone else, you're going to study with a group, you're going to go to the math lab, or all of those things. You're going to decide how you're going to study for this class. The way you study for finance class is different than the way you study for history class. So how you study for this class, that's part of the plan. The next question is, how will you know you're ready? What's the readiness check? If you're making a cake, the readiness check is sticking a toothpick in the cake and see if it comes out clean. So how will you, and then you know the cake is ready. So how will you know you're ready for this exam? You want to know you're ready before you take the exam, not after the exam. So you want to devise something to measure readiness. And then the other questions you want to ask yourself is, where will you study? Location, like the second floor of the such and such building. And then you want to ask yourself, when will you study? And that goes back to the time management we talked about yesterday. So here's your plan. You make your plan. You ask those questions for each one of your finals and write it out. Write your plan out. Make a plan and work the plan. So this is Dr. Bomar, and this was my 10th tip in our countdown to finals, spring 2018. And I'd like to end this countdown with a prayer. May grace and peace be yours to the fullest measure. This is Dr. Bomar, your academic coach.